Visit us at Eduvvo. Thank you for calling Eduvvo.
Alright guys, so in this lecture we are going to learn and know about all these elements available in the free version of Elementor. We are also going to learn a lot of more things too when it comes to the elements, not only these pro versions, as we can use all these pro with the help of different plugins all together with Elementor free version here. So again, I'm just saying it that we do not need to buy any sort of pro version over here. All you need to do is just follow these lectures and you will be good to go with using any of the pro features you want in a sort of a website. So now let's jump on to one by one that what exactly all these elements or like widgets are. So first things first, we just need to add section. So for let's say we are just going to add a section over here. So now let's jump on to the main things here. So this inner section, we are going to talk about it later on in the same lecture only at the last. But first let's just explore all the other options. So first things first, we have a heading which we have already explored in the last class. Here you can change it by just typing whatever you want. So let's say, so here you can write anything. Right, even not only on this single box over here, you can directly click here and then you can edit any sort of things by directly clicking on over here. So let's say SO, and let's say you can directly type here too. So what we have done is we have just directly added and clicked onto the text. Instead of this small box, you can directly do it in the live phase too. So now you can just directly align it as we have already seen it in the last session. Second widget we're going to talk about over here is your text editor. That means this is the headline and this is going to be your paragraph. So again, same thing. If you wanted to see that where exactly your alignment option will come up. So for this editor text option or like the editor widget or like element, you need to go to the style in order to access the elements here. You can see it up over here. So now how do we actually optimize and use the fonts and the other parts up over here? So you can go to the style and you can explore any of these options. Let's say the color and all. In depth of these color options and plus the typography or the shadows and all too. We are going to talk about this later on in the next lectures, but we need to understand all these elements first. Same thing, you can also click onto this and you can directly delete this and you can add anything here as the part of your description, or you can also say this as text box or maybe like paragraph. Once done, let's check on with the next widget over here. Next widget is basically a video, or you can also see an image here. Image, we have already seen it in the previous session. So let's again see to it. So just drag and drop the image and you can select any of the image from here. So let's say we are going to go forward with this image here. Insert the media, or you can again upload it from wherever you want. You can change the size to like full like this, and you need to go to the style and then select the width of this particular image here like this. You can make it as big as possible or as low as possible over here. Once you're satisfied with all these things, so you can also change it anytime by clicking onto the content, by clicking onto this pencil sign, then the content obviously, choose image, and then again you can use any other image also over here. Let's say we need this one here like this. Then you can change the width of this like this. You can make it full width and so on. So now next widget what comes into existence over here is a video. So you can add any sort of video wherever you want or anywhere you want. If you want to add it over here, if you want a video needs to be added just right below this image also, you can do that up. That totally depends upon you and you totally have a feature to do that. Like this. Perfect. If you need to delete any of these widgets, you just need to go to this pencil sign and then just right click and click onto the delete option over here. Once done, you will find the options for the video. So how do we actually add any of the videos over here, or like any of the image over here too? So let's go for the videos first, and over here you can see that the source over here, source is YouTube right now. You can change the source. Either you can upload the video on YouTube first, then you can choose the link here, or you can upload the video on Vimeo, the Dailymotion, or you can also directly add the video on your own hosting or on your own website over here too. So let's say first, let's go forward for the YouTube. So we just need to go to this YouTube section, and let's just quickly add any sort of like video. Let's go forward for this one, and I'm just going to copy this link, and we are going to go back to the Elementor, and here you can see the link part. You just need to delete the old one and then just add a new one over here. The things which you can do over here is you can either mute the video, you can autoplay this video like this, and it is going to directly play up over here. You can also play it in a loop, that automatically it is going to play after it is finished. Even if you're going to see that you have more controllers over here, if you do not want that to be shown on your website, you can directly disable this feature, which is your player control. You can hide this one up over here. Privacy control also, you can click onto it over here, so that you do not see any information about these videos over here anymore. You can use a lazy load, sorry. So what exactly it is that when you have a slow internet connection, so in that case all the elements are going to load, and it is also going to load at a very faster pace. So once the video is fully loaded, then only it is going to be played over here in a automatic or autoplay over here. You can use this, and you can see the suggested videos. You can use any videos or like the videos from the channel and so on. So I'm just going to quickly pause this because we do not want any copyright issues for using any sort of like video or like any of this music over here. So this is how basically you can add the links over here. The same way you can change it to like Vimeo, and then you can add a Vimeo video over here like this, like by just adding the link over here. So this is how it is going to be play up. So you can see all these user interface of the videos will change from like your YouTube to like Vimeo, depending upon what kind of a source you're using, because all of these things has their own by default players up and their own by default user interface. So you can see this is how the Dailymotion is. So Dailymotion works in a very good pace, because you can see it is pretty much clean as compared to YouTube or like Vimeo, as it does not have any controllers. You can also show the controllers if you want to by just quickly showing it up over here, and then this is how it is going to look like. I personally prefer by just hiding the player control here. You can also hide the video information, you can hide the video logo and so on. Multiple things will going to give you multiple options. That totally depends upon you. So this is the another widget which we talked about up over here. Then apart from that, we have the buttons. So let's say you want a button to, let's say you want to navigate to like buy now, or like buy a product, or like shop now. So that way you can use it. You can align all these buttons up by going onto the styles and all. You can change the colors and the shadows and even the fonts also on that. You can add a link of any of your product page or any of your other pages too, and so on. Apart from this button, let's just jump next onto it. So now we have a divider. So let's say we want a line just between these two elements. So this is how you will be able to add a line here. So let's see the line. It is loading on a slow pace. Let's quickly change the settings. So if these kind of things happens or arrives with you, like it is loading on a slow page, just feel free to refresh your page once, obviously after updating it up, because otherwise your work won't be saved in that. So here you can change the width of this widget like this, and then you can align it wherever you want. You can make it like from solid, dotted, double lines and so on. There are a lot of options like that. Let's say curly like this. You can even go to style and change the color of all these things, and so on. Multiple things, multiple options which you're going to get. The only thing which you're going to stop you from creating very epic and like beautiful website is going to be creativity. So you need to be a little bit creative when it comes to like designing of a website and so on. So just feel free to experiment, guys, because all these things totally comes from time to time, because the more you practice, the more beautiful website you're going to build up from this. If you're going to talk about the another widget, which is going to be the spacer. So let's suppose we want a space between these two things. So in that case, you can add a spacer here like this, and you can manage the space, how much the space you want in between. Simple as that. Apart from that, you can add a Google map over here just to show up the location. So let's say I have added, let's say Starbucks, let's say maybe Canada. So it is going to show you the vision on that. Even if you can add multiple more things or like your full address, so then it is going to show you up multiple things up over here. So let's suppose we are going to search for like Ontario, Canada, and then you will also have the option to zoom in just to show up. You can see that we have multiple spaces up over here. It is going to load. That totally depends upon the internet connection and how well you're willing to do that. Here, how you can optimize the height of that totally depends upon you. If you're going to add multiple more addresses here, it is going to give you more precise look on your map. So let's say, let's find any sort of address. So let's say Coffee House, Canada, Ontario. Let's go for any of these, any random ones, and let's just quickly copy the address. Let's go back and let's quickly paste it up over here in the location. So now you can see it is going to show you exact location of your office, your workspace, or like your cafe or whatever it is. It is going to show you up over there. Then it's how much you wanted to zoom in and how much you wanted to zoom out and so on. Even people can see it on a larger map and also can add the direction over here. So that was the part of the map. So now if you're going to talk about more things, so now we also have the option of icons. So let's say this is the icon. You can click onto this icon and you have multiple icons available in this icon marketplace over here. So you can use any of these icons as per your whatever you want, actually, as per your things, or like whatever you want or related to your topic also. So let's suppose this is shop now and we wanted to add something like this. So either we can add a cart, something like this, and so on. You can change the color, change the size of that too. So size will be from here like this. You can rotate this if you want to, and so on. So now what if, guys, if we need to add these two widgets, which is the button and plus the icon, side by side. So in that case, you just need to click onto this inner section and drag and drop it wherever you want. So now you will have the ability to add all these icons side by side. That was the reason I was not telling you about this inner section at our first page, because I wanted you guys to explore first that what exactly all these elements are upfront for. So now what you can do is, now you can just directly align all these things up like this, and then you can make it look like this. Even you can again stretch it wherever you want like this. So this is how exactly it is going to look like. So whatever you want, you can use it. All these elements over here, there are multiple more elements which you can totally use, like let's suppose the form. We are going to talk about the form later on, as this is a feature of a plugin which we didn't install it, but it was previously there in our website. So I'm going to show you to you how you can add this form, or how you can add like the pop-ups also in that, in the later sections on that. So now all these general widgets or like elements, you can use any of these. You can use the stars for like the ratings part over here. You can align it. You can use how much star you want like this, and so on. Even the size, the colors, whatever you want, you can do it. like the black, the red, and so on. Next, if you're going to go again to this general widgets over here, we have the icon box. So instead of using multiple like widgets like the icon, then the heading, then the description, you can use this single box called icon box. In the similar way, you also have image boxes over here too, that instead of this icon you will going to have an image. Rest everything is going to be the same for that. This is more easier way to use and more compatible way to work on a more effective manner over here. Social media icons you can use by just dragging and dropping. You can add your social media icons links over here. Then if you're going to see it more, you can add the counters too. So let's suppose here we are going to add satisfied students. So this is how you can add. Even you can add the numbers like this. So let's suppose 7 8 random number like this, and this is how it is going to work like. So there are multiple elements which you can use, and there are limitless possibilities that what you can create with this free version of Elementor over here. Now if you're going to add the progress bar, you can add that one too over here. So progress bar is something which you can use it like, let's say development, and you can change the percent of that. So this is how it can be done. So you can choose that whether you want this percent sign to be shown or not. You can hide this, or you can display this. Whatever the things you want, you have all the options available over here. You can even change the colors of that from here and so on. So now guys, after this you can explore rest of these options, as these are very easy options to explore with. And we're going to talk about the shortcode later on when we are going to talk about the forms and the other elements like the pop-ups and so on. So then we are going to explore all these things up over there. So alright guys, this is it for this session up over here. And this lesson, we just a quick recap that we learned about all these elements, that what you can use, what you cannot use, and so on. Basically you have all the features which you can totally create a beautiful website with. Alright guys, then see you guys in the next lecture. Take care.